What's up guys, this is Fabregas17 and welcome to this third informed SIF Fabregas player review on FIFA 17. And this is actually his fourth special card because he had the man of the match at 88 rated and this is 89 rated. And I'm going to be reviewing him today guys and telling you if he's worth the price and if he's a good centre mid. And as you've seen on the screen, there's his in-game stats. He had loads of really good in-game stats. But I'm going to be brutally honest with you guys, and he's not the best centre mid by quite a bit that I've used in the Prem. And I think there's a few key reasons for that. And basically, he's not sweaty enough. Pace is massive. There's always been pretty much massive stat to have on FIFA. And his pace of 66 is not really good enough. And it just lets this card down. Obviously, his passing is ridiculous, but I believe passing's more one of them stats where you can't really tell the difference much between say 78 passing and 90 passing. Obviously there is a difference, but if you compare that to pace, like a 78 pace player to a 90 pace player, there's a huge difference. They make such a difference to your team. While passing, it makes slight difference, and I just believe that this SIF Fabregas card, unfortunately, his best stats are stats that don't matter as much in this game. Another massive thing on FIFA as well is strength, and his strength is not very good as well. So they're the downsides to this card. But I do believe you can use this Fabregas, in some really good teams and some FUT Champion standard teams and Division 1 standard teams. But I feel like you need to, if you were to use him, you would need to get a strong player and maybe a faster player as well in your midfield. Because if you had three players similar to Fabregas, quite slow, good at passing, it won't really work. But if you had maybe like a Matic, defensive midfielder, and then someone a bit faster than Fabregas, I reckon it'll be perfect. Because you've got that bit of defense in your team, you've got the pace, and you've got the sweatiness, and then you've got Fabregas to pick off them passes. And I've got to say, I noticed when I had Fabregas in my team, the tiki-taka was so much better, and I just played so much more better football. But on FIFA, sometimes the best football don't win you the games. That's usually it's the counter attacks and the pace. But I did notice I did play good football when Fabregas was in my team. So if you're about that life in FIFA 17, definitely check this Fabregas card out. And like I said, you can use him in your teams, but it just takes a bit of thinking to get your way around it. But if you can manage to do that, then I reckon Fabregas can fit into pretty much any team despite his weaknesses. And the cons I wrote down, his pace wasn't good enough, like I've said, his strength was not great, and he's not a sweaty player in my opinion. There's also another one which I forgot to write down, and that was he's not a goal scorer midfielder at all. I mean, you might not, obviously he's a centre mid, he's not going to get 20 goals or whatever, but when he does score, it's so rare. And if you're expecting goals from Fabregas, he's not going to get you goals. He's not going to provide you goals at all. So if he does, it's a rare occasion. So don't expect goals from this card. And now we've talked enough negatively about him. Let's talk about what he's actually good at. And now for his pros, I've put excellent passing. I know I said passing's not the best attribute to have if you got to choose, but nonetheless it was excellent still. And definitely one of the best passes I've used in this game. And his close control really did help with his passing. He kept control of the ball, which allowed him to do better passes, and his close control dribbling was just fantastic. His dribbling is great. The only problem, I just wish he had more pace, because then it would help. The dribbling and pace would just go hand in hand, but he doesn't. And the last thing I'll put is make your team play better football, which I previously mentioned. And now, after this, I'm going to just give him ratings out of 10 on a few different areas. Right, so here we are at the rating screen now. For his passing, I decided to give him 9.5 out of 10. Excellent passer of the ball. Dribbling, 9 out of 10. Shooting, 7.5 out of 10. His shooting was barely average. Pace, 6 out of 10. It was poor. Strength, 7 out of 10. And overall, I decided to give him 8.2 out of 10. I mean, it's a bit more specific. I've given him 8.2 because I feel like 8 would have been a bit harsh. but 8.5 I feel like it's pushing it a bit, so I'll put it round about in the middle with 8.2. And yeah, you know, he's not the best centre mid I've used in the Prem and stuff, but he is still a really good midfielder. And if you do use him in the right team and, you know, have the right different type of players, different type of midfielders, he could work very well. So if you have, you know, a balance of passers, sweaty players, defensive players, then I think this Fabregas card could work very well, because his passing is an asset for any team. And yeah, that'll be it pretty much, guys, for this player review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, a thumbs up or something massively appreciated. Join the notification squad, and yeah, you'll be notified when there's a new video. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Peace.